Welcome to our class on diet and nutrition. There is a lot of information out there about what to eat, how to eat it, how much to eat, and why. It can become very confusing. Today, we're going to introduce a very simple method to decide what to eat based on the MyPlate Guide from the USDA. We chose the MyPlate Guide for this program because it provides flexibility that we each need to make our own choices. Consider that we each have different nutritional needs based on our age, our health, and our health goals. We each have different preferences too, based on what we like, what we've learned and value from our culture, and some foods that we've learned to avoid because they make us feel uncomfortable. We also chose the MyPlate Guide because when we eat produce from a farm or garden, we're changing our diets each week and we adapt to what's available. So instead of thinking about specific recipes, we're going to look at food groups and then substitute seasonal options within each group. Let's look through the different groups and how much we need from each. Notice that half of this plate is fruits and vegetables. Let's start there. In the fruit group, fresh, frozen, canned, and dried fruits are all good options. Whole fruits are healthier than juice, which has nutrients but lacks fiber. And so it has more calories in each ounce and also enters your bloodstream faster because it's so quick to digest. In the vegetable group, same thing. Fresh, frozen, canned, and dried are all beneficial. And having a variety of those options can help make it easier to have foods available when you reach for a snack or start preparing a meal. I like to start with my vegetables when planning my meals because they tend to be one of the more perishable items in my refrigerator. If I think about how I want to prepare the vegetables in my kitchen, then I can find fruits, grains, and protein to complement them. When choosing fruits and vegetables, look for a rainbow of colors. Each color represents different vitamins that your body needs. You may have some favorite fruits or vegetables that you turn to again and again. That's okay, but make sure to occasionally buy something of a different color to mix in with your favorites. In the vegetable group, it's especially important to make sure that you're eating some dark leafy greens, as well as some orange vegetables like sweet potatoes or carrots. This is because dark leafy greens give you calcium and vitamin K and other vitamins that are difficult to find other places. Similarly, orange vegetables give you beta carotene, which we know is very important to stay healthy. And if you don't eat any orange vegetables, you're not likely to get it from other food sources. The other half of your plate contains whole grains and protein. Notice that the whole grains make up a little more than a quarter of your plate. Sometimes we hear about eating fewer carbohydrates, but there's a lot of important energy and nutrition to be found in grains, especially whole grains. The key is to make at least half of your grains whole. You can do this by purchasing whole grain pasta and bread, but also make sure to buy actual whole grains. This includes oatmeal, brown rice, barley, bulgur wheat, wheat berries, quinoa, and many other fun grains that you may never have even heard of. The bulk section in the grocery store is a great place to go and buy a cup or two of each and try them out in new ways. Whole grains are very high in fiber and can help to manage blood sugar and to help lower cholesterol. The protein group includes meats and fish, as well as nuts and seeds and legumes. It is very important to vary your protein because you get different types of proteins from each of these choices. The last group in the MyPlate is our dairy group. This is here to make sure that we get enough calcium. If you'd like to reduce or avoid dairy, there are other sources of calcium available, including dark green vegetables like broccoli, collards, bok choy, and kale, which have far more calcium per serving than milk. Another great option is from chicken and beef stock, especially when you make it at home and let it simmer for a long time. That gets the calcium from the bones into the broth. Milk substitutes like almond milk, oat milk, soy milk, or rice milk usually have calcium added, and so are also a great option. I want to highlight some of the benefits of eating this way. Eating a balanced meal will provide more energy that lasts longer so that we can move and stay alert for many hours until our next meal. A balanced meal with whole grains will also provide a feeling of fullness, which is satisfying and also reduces our chances of eating more calories than we need. If our meals are built with half the plate full of fruits and vegetables and a good portion of whole grains, it also provides us with a wonderful amount of fiber. People who eat more fiber have better health outcomes, easier digestion, and tend to weigh less because high fiber foods are low in calories. One of the greatest benefits of this approach to eating is that it doesn't deny us the flavors that we love. Spices, dressings, and sauces, dips and marinades, as well as toppings, are all available to season our food. And when the foundation of your meals contains healthy foods like these, a few flavorful additions won't push you over your daily calorie needs. Let's look at an example of a 2,000 calorie diet using the MyPlate method. Here is a plan to meet the daily food group targets: fruits, vegetables, grains, dairy, and protein, based on a 2,000 calorie diet. This plan shows how much to eat every day. This person is going to plan to eat 2 cups of fruit. To get to 2 cups, they could choose 1 large banana and a half cup of raisins. Because we live in upstate New York, we're almost always going to have apples available. 1 apple counts as a cup of fruit. Another type of fruit that you will find very plentiful around here are berries. 1 cup of fresh berries will also help you get to your goal. To eat enough vegetables each day, this person is going to plan to eat 2.5 cups. However, with some leafy vegetables, you eat 2 cups in order to get to a 1 cup measurement. For example, 2 cups of raw spinach or lettuce will get you to 1 cup of vegetables. On the other hand, baby carrots, peas, bell pepper, and other large vegetables, you measure directly as a cup. Because we live in upstate New York, some great vegetable choices include leafy greens and lettuces, as well as some of the delicious harvests of the summer, like bell peppers, zucchini, cucumbers, and tomatoes. We also get to have a lot of vegetables that we can keep nice over the winter. We can store cabbage, carrots, turnips, parsnips, and anything else that's a root from under the ground, as well as some frozen options. Frozen food is a great way to make sure that you can have the kinds of vegetables you need year-round. Canned vegetables can also be really helpful. Just make sure you look for low sodium or salt-free options. If you do end up with ones that do have salt added, you can reduce the salt by rinsing or soaking them before cooking. In the grain group, this person decided to eat 1 slice of bread, a half cup cooked oatmeal, 1 small tortilla, a half cup of cooked brown rice, and a half cup of cooked grits. You'll notice that that's quite a large amount of grains, and they haven't had to deny themselves carbohydrates to stay within this plan. In the dairy group, to have 3 cups, this person chose to have 1 cup of milk, 1 cup of yogurt, and 2 ounces of processed cheese. In the protein group, they needed 5.5 ounces of protein. So 1 ounce of tuna fish, a 1/4 cup of cooked beans, and 1 tablespoon of peanut butter, and 1 egg got them to 5.5 ounces. This can be a little tricky to figure out on your own, and so using the Super Tracker guide could be very helpful until you get used to choosing the right amount of protein each day. There is so much to learn about all the different foods available, and how good they are for our bodies. But we hope that this simple overview will get you started on thinking about your food in a different way. Simple changes can really go a long way. Switching your breakfast routine from a box of sugary cereal to oats cooked with fruit can be enough to save a lot of calories, introduce more whole grains, and give you better energy to start your days. The one other part of this that isn't mentioned or shown in the MyPlate is the importance of drinking water. And really, that water continues even when the plate is gone. Try to drink 8 full glasses every day. We hope that this simple introduction was enough to get you started, and we look forward to talking more about diet and nutrition over many months. Thank you for viewing our class on diet and nutrition.